Morning everyone. I'm presenting a paper entitled ESL Primary School Learners' Perceptions of Collaborative Strategic Reading, or in short known as CSR. I'm Associate Professor Dr. Faizah from University Technology Malaysia, and this paper is also by Lim Zin Yi, Dr. Abdullah, and Associate Professor Dr. Zaidah Zainal. So learning to read, and comprehend is a skill that should be acquired at an early age, right? But we know that many people have got problems with reading, because reading is a complex and daunting process, especially for young learners, right? And more so if you have got to read in a language that is not your own native language. So what we can do is to train readers to read, because we find that many readers are not aware that they can actually be trained, and to make use of appropriate reading strategies, right? So because reading is an important skill to be mastered at an earlier age, because it's a skill that you need to use a lifetime for improvisation of your professional lives as well as your personal lives, right? But we find that not much emphasis is given to the training of reading strategies. Poor readers continue to use the decoding and word for word reading when they read when they read text, right, at school. So research has reported that collaborative strategic reading is an approach that has been used in quite a number of countries, such as the United States, Taiwan, and Indonesia. And collaborative strategic reading, is actually a term coined by Klickner and Vaugh in 1998. It's an approach, that makes use of the social constructivist learning approach. It the underlying principles are explicit teaching, social interaction, scaffolding, and the zone of proximal development. And the important elements in the collaborative strategic reading approach is naturally collaboration among the readers in the group. And the strategies that we train students to use are, for instance, previewing, clicking and clunking, getting the gist, and wrapping up. So because there are not many studies done on CSR in Malaysia, this research was done to look at the perceptions of students towards CSR. The methods used to collect data are interviews and also observation checklist. Sample of respondents were 42 Year 5 students in a primary school in the southern region of Malaysia. The purposive non-random sampling method was used to choose the participants. So these 42 Year 5 participants were categorized into good and poor readers based on the reading comprehension test that they took. So there were 19 good readers and 23 poor readers. The training that was given involved the teacher modeling to the students the strategies to use, and then the student modeling the strategies, and then they had practice in using the strategies. And then in the later part they were divided into a few collaborative learning groups, and then when they were doing the CSR in the groups, the interviews and observations were done. So from the interviews, 4 themes emerged. It was discovered that 31.82% of the students said that CSR gave them enjoyment. 27.27% of the students said that CSR made them learn how to use reading strategies. Another 27.27% of the respondents said that CSR made them learn how to use word meaning strategies. And 13.64% of the respondents said that CSR help to enhance interaction among themselves. So this concludes, this reveals that students found CSR a fun method to use, and they said they enjoyed the method because it helped to improve their knowledge and study skill, and it helped them to learn about reading strategies. From the observation checklist that was used on the students, among the items that scored high means, were item number 2. Students were taking turns to talk about the text. The mean for this item was 5. So this indicates that CSR was effective because we found that students were eagerly waiting to share what they read about the text, with their friends in the group. And another item, students asked for help from their peers when they faced a reading problem. This also scored a high mean. So this shows that students were discussing with their group mates, with their teammates, about how to go about solving the reading problems that they had. So the findings were aligned with the findings of previous research, and so we discovered that students perceived CSR very positively, and then they also reported that the element of CSR which they enjoyed the most was the click and clunk part, because this gave students ideas on what they should do as fix-up strategies. So to conclude, students were found to have positive perceptions towards the use of CSR. So collaborative strategic reading enhanced students' participation and motivation to read more strategically and collaboratively to achieve the reading goals. Therefore, it can be concluded that collaborative strategic reading, or CSR, could be an alternative and viable teaching and learning method for enhancing reading comprehension ability of students, especially young learners in primary schools. So with that, I thank you for your time.